The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he returns this to the 22. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there are many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
Well, I'm not quite sure how he got away from that first tackler, but he won't even be able to get it back to the line of scrimmage there as the defense rallies behind him.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Jones. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing, Jones. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. He'll get that to Hurst out of the backfield. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers, change up their timing, they're going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here in this first series. Throwing on 2nd down, Jones. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. A great effort there. 36 yards. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
In both locker rooms, the coaches talked about setting the tone early. Didn't matter whether you start on offense or defense. In this case, the team that had the ball first did exactly that. Took it right downfield and scored.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a New England touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks down against 6'5".
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on a sack. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rhodes. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. They do get 9, that leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Jones. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
We gonna shut.
So that challenge, a successful one. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Here's Jones on third down. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. The Patriots send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll run on first down. McQueen, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Hands it off out of the gun. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Patriots take over. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had. The protection's been good.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all, because that's keeping him clean in the pocket, allowing him to step into throws and make those deep passes come true. I mean, it's just been beautiful for him to do. But guess what? In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe. I have a feeling he may even buy dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Jones now on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on first down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up second and third down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on second down. Jones throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun. Jones. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On second down now, McQueen. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Now back to throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a fourth down. And I guess, partner, you call that a covered sack.
Oh, without a doubt, because where did he have to go with the football? I know everybody wants to get on him about, hey, get rid of the football. You had too much time in the pocket. But he's scanning the field, nowhere to go, and that allowed the pressure to ultimately get to him.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And the tackle there by Chris Barnes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And you'd think on third down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks, and I think they called the defense flat-footed as a result, because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Set now to to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They're going to look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they look to cash in. Excellent field position. 4-yard line, 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. 2nd down and goal. Jones. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The coverage good. The pressure good. Leads to the sack. And it's 3rd and goal now.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number one job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
New England on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. He'll find Metcalf. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Rosa's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. McQueen. And that play is blown up. Losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down he'll go at the 25. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Lock the ball, his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is brought in at the 21. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense.
And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on him a little bit, I think.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. Now a dump off here complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
New England on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Jones. This one into the hands of Metcalf.
And he will have a Patriots first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones to the right side and complete to Metcalf. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Rosa's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll look to throw here. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Oh, he's trying to plow ahead, but I don't think he got there. He did it. That's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford any more at this point. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Come on now, let's go.
Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down. Jones looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now Jones on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That catch good for only a couple. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll set up to throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That ball caught by Slayton. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Seahawks send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a handoff here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Off play action. Jones. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They'll try the left side. Metcalf. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Operating from the gun. Jones. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Jones throwing on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Second down and 3, ball on the 7. They'll try the left side. Metcalf, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Back to throw. Jones, and he's got it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
You had fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes, carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Roses now to add the PAT. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a New England touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Rhodes. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there in this passing game. They just can't get off the ground. In that play, they wound up losing yardage.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. New England trying to get a place on offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 1st down, Metcalf. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Jones. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Metcalf. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Jones now to throw on 3rd down. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. T.J. Watt drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, this from 37. Rosa's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Yeah, we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
They'll set up a throw. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And the defense loses him. It's complete. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call.
Get ready, get ready.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Going deep for Diggs. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Back to throw again. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the 2nd half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
Back now in Foxborough. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On 2nd down now, it's Bryant.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. And that looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He finds his man, complete. It's Barnes. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Bryant, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Gardner, run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the left hash, this from 46. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Andrews. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Bradley. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Andrews. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Five yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Andrews. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Bowman. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Andrews now on 1st down. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. 32 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. In our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New England's offense set to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll keep it on the ground. Bryant, and not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Bryant, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Bryant, and this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Owens. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 2nd down, it's Bryant. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. And to give this time to the tailback.
We give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting